It's exclusive, bringing that exclusive information to the nation. And as you all know, NBA 2K20 just dropped yesterday to be exact. And man, I helped so many people last year with getting started with NBA 2K19. So I had to bring another one back to help just as many or maybe even more people this year. Male and female, because this year they showed love and added the ladies to the game too. That's what's up. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be female my players next year. This is just touching the surface on that whole thing. But it is nice to have the WNBA in and showing some love to the ladies. So I'm here to show y'all how to play one of the greatest NBA 2Ks ever released. Yeah, I'm saying it because this year 2K is looking pretty promising. But let's get right to it. It's how to play NBA 2K20 Beginner's Guide. Y'all know I gotta come in and do this every year. I gotta go to 2KU and learn everything that's new. We going to play now, then we going to 2KU, and then we go on the training game because that's basically the tutorial mode for NBA 2K20 this year. So first, let's get the general tips that's going to help you navigate through the tutorial this year, because the annoying voice that was in it last year walking you through each random tip that popped up is gone. So now you get to go at your own pace and try out each of the controls and different aspects of the game at your own pace this year, and don't have to worry about listening to him talk. You can teach yourself at your own pace and pick the things you want to go through. So to navigate through each of the control tips, you gotta hit up and down on the directional pads, and that'll navigate you through to the next thing. And for this year's guide, I'm going to go through each of the categories. I have to do that every year and learn everything that is to do in 2K when it comes to gameplay and controls. So this year you get to go through each of the aspects of a basketball game and of this game specifically, and learn each of the things in separate categories. So we're going to walk through quickly each of the categories with focuses and the new features. And my advice to you guys would be to do each of these things at least once, man. Just sit there and practice it until you get it down. Do it at least once and move to the next thing. But I advise you to go through each chapter, each tutorial, and do all those things once and just learn everything about the game, man. Don't cheat yourself. Just learn everything about the game so you can have a deep bag to dig in when it's time to play ball. So let's get started with shooting. So yeah, with shooting, it's all about the jump shot release time, and get those timings down, man, and increase your chances of shooting. Last year in the beginner's guide for 2K19, I got a lot of questions about shooting and about release timings and things of that nature. It's just something you gotta practice, long story short. My personal tip for that would be to release a little bit before you fill a meter up. I feel like that's a nice little way to gauge it. Otherwise, you just gotta practice, man, until you get the shot down. And the other tip is that I like to use X just because it feels like you got a little bit more control over that release over the stick. And I only use the stick when I want to do like step back shots and things of that nature off the dribble. So those are my quick tips, but really it comes down to practice. Then the other thing I want to touch upon is the spin gathers and the cradle gathers and things of that nature. I want to let you guys know that you can change those gathers, even the high spin gather that seems to be new this year. You can change those into dunks if you do them at the right time and close enough to the rim. So keep that in mind and make that part of your arsenal, because you can make some nice plays and some nice highlights using those. Now we're off to the dribbling tutorials. This is a section that the point guards and the rest of the ball handling builds should be focusing on mastering this year, because you have to make your own chains of dribble animations this year, which I love, and I'm definitely looking to make some nice mix-ups on my own. The main thing I want to touch upon that's new in this section this year is the stutter step or G-stop animation that's been added to give you the ability to stop on the down, to pull up for a shot, or to do a stop and go and drive right to the basket. So it's definitely a nice move that I'm pretty interested in using this year and seeing what change I could create with it. Keep in mind, you should go through each of the pieces of the tutorial and do these moves at least once, even if it's a regular crossover. And as you can see here, I'm just going back and forth doing the crossover super fast. I just love the control that they added this year with the dribbling. So moving right along, the triple threat It's pretty straightforward. You can follow the controls here. This section is going to help you if you learn how to effectively use triple threat. It's going to help you with using your quick step badge. So keep that in mind when practicing up on these moves and getting familiar with them and getting some nice mix-ups going with the triple threat. Now we move on to passing, which has a few nice features added to this section. I really appreciate the new stuff that got added, being a point guard main, so some nice features here. This section might definitely deserve an in-depth passing video or tutorial on that, diving deeper into passing and the details behind it, and more of a breakdown walkthrough, which I have pretty much set up to do. But comment below and let me know if you guys actually want that personally, because I am willing to do a breakdown video of more in depth on passing, especially with all the new passing features they added, like the skip pass, the jump pass, and breaking those down a little bit more into detail. But for the sake of this video, we're going to move on to the next section. Like I said, go through each of these and try them out and make sure you complete each tutorial. We got free throws right here. You only good at them if you practice them, baby. That's how it is in real life, and that's how it is in 2K. Release it at the right time and you're golden. Some free throws done. Pick and roll. Now I noticed that you can't pick. Okay, so you still can pick. What do you got to do when you pick the person? See, when I was doing this, it wasn't working like last year, but it seems like it's still set up the way last year was. But yeah, you press B and hold it and you select the person, or you simply hold green bean, or you simply hold the LB and it'll pick the closest big man, I believe, or the closest teammate, period. Look at these greens. But yeah, definitely pick and roll. Bread and butter play for everybody. Huh! What else we got new? This is looking like it's gonna be some new pick and roll controls. Oh, okay, picking the side. So if you click the left stick, you're gonna pick the side you want them to go on. While still holding LB, of course. Pick the side. And you could come around that screen and get a green, baby. Alright, what else we got? Pick and roll fade. So this is hitting RB, switching it to a fade, and he's gonna pop out, pick and pop, instead of the pick and roll. So that's definitely good for your shooting big man, or your shooters, period. If you're gonna have your sharpshooter come and set a screen, he pop out. And a lot of people don't know how to defend that, man. It was one of our go-to plays last year, because a lot of teams just don't know how to defend that. They come chasing me, and then my shooter got an open shot. So it was one of our go-to plays last year. We'll see how well people defended this year, but it's definitely something to have for the shooters. Next, we got playing in the post. This is the go-to for the big man out there. Practice all this to a T, where you could just mix up your moves, like just be a beast in the post and just be real crafty in the post, just as a point guard wants to be real crafty with the dribbling. So definitely go ahead and brush up on these post moves and learn them all. Now we on the defense category. Very important. Get your defense together, man, because defense wins games, for real. I want to make a video once I figure out what the dotted lines at the bottom of the circles mean, and what on defense that red triangle or red and orange triangle indicator means. I'm gonna make a video on that as soon as I get that information. But yeah, definitely learn all the stuff about defense. Is very important. The last two categories was rebounding and off ball controls, which are pretty straightforward. Run through the tutorials and you should be good to go, man. Glass cleaners, of course, you might want to focus in on those controls, but it's not too much to it. And for off ball, it's nice to see that back. After that, you have the full scrimmage, and you can go in there and practice up on the tutorials. And yeah, man, this 2K this year, man, it's looking super promising. My biggest fear is people breaking the game and manipulating the bag and they build to do stuff that they probably shouldn't be able to do. But I believe in the 2K devs. I'm feeling pretty optimistic. I think they're gonna be able to keep things under control, fun, and fair. That's what I hope for out of the 2K devs this year, and just continue to be fair with the patches and other people. I definitely hope they don't break jump shots. Don't break jump shots just because everybody got a Curry release. You know what I mean? So it's stuff like that. Oh my goodness. I couldn't even shoot that after breaking him down like that because I had my icons up. But yeah, I got him again. That's nasty. Oh my goodness. That's something right there. But yeah, man, practice up. Like I said, go through all of these things, man. Go through each one. Do it at least once. Just try to make sure you complete each one of these things that's part of the tutorial, and you should be good to go. Why didn't PG keep running? Like, come on, baby. Alright. I'm gonna close this out. Y'all get the gist, man. How to play 2K20, the beginner's guide. If you found this video helpful, enjoyed it, please look at that contact dunk. Oh baby, please don't be scared to like, share, subscribe. It's exclusive, and I'm out. Wow, that was all Anthony Davis right there. That's just a little blooper for y'all before we close the video out, baby. Oh, the claw. The claw. Oh my goodness. I love this game. Like that animation, they added that last year. I love the animation, the scrap for the ball. And if you press the direction on time and press the right stick on time, and like, I don't know how it works exactly, but I seem to always win those. But it has something to do with like pressing directions on time, reading where the ball's gonna go, and hitting the right stick to kind of like reach for it. But I always seem to win those little loose ball scraps, and I just love those animations they added. That little feature that they added in the game, animation or whatever you want to call it, fight for the loose ball. I love it. But yeah, man, I'm out for real this time. It's exclusive, and I'm out.